Hello everyone, welcome to this second session on our Fishy Zentangle series. Basically, we are working around fish themes here using fish to create beautiful Zentangle inspired art, right? So we have already done one session and this is the tile that we drew in the first session, right? So I have already floated these string ideas on my Facebook page and Instagram, so you can have a look and you can prepare your tile beforehand if you wish to, or you can see the tile here and probably draw the string right now, but it would be better to go to the string beforehand and prepare your tile first. Yeah, so I'm going to start right away and I have a heart in between and there are two fishes enclosing that heart. Yeah, so let us start with the inside only. So this is a bit thick. I have used my graphite. It is pretty dark here, but you need not make it that dark. Yeah, so because I had to picture it and show it, so I made it dark, but it would be nice if the string is light. Yeah, so I am now going to ink my heart first. So just penning what I've already drawn here because I want it to show, right? And starting from here with some mochas, free flowing mochas, draw whichever way you want, add some flux here and there, mocha sprouts, mocha pots, mocha without pots, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, so just giving a light mocha border. So it's a very flowing pattern, as I've mentioned earlier also. It is a one stroke tangle. You need not lift your hand really while you are drawing mochas, at least when they are unfurled. Yes, they are unfurled, then you have a crossing there, they cross each other, then probably you may have to lift your hand at places, but otherwise there is no need. Yeah, so some mocha and some flux to go with it here and there. Same exercise I will do on the other side also. So you can have sprouts, you can have a mix of mocha drawn in different ways. Yeah, and then again free flowing mochas. So we have already tried so many types of mochas when we ran the series Bijuism flashcards, right? In case you had a look, then we tried various types of mochas there. Mochas in different forms, fluish, many tangles, similar to mocha, known by a different name. Yeah. So small little spaces in between, we will ink it later with a brown pen. Yeah, so if you have a brown pen handy, it would be nice. We would ink the small little spaces left here and there with the brown pen, right? So I'm first going to separate this part because this is the part of the fish, right? So I'm going to ink it so that I don't mess around with it, right? And now the rest of the section, there are a whole lot of tangles that you can choose from, right? So let us add Bronx chair, the original Bronx chair, little bit at the edges, and then we will add the Bronx chair's flower, a nice variation of Bronx chairs in the center. Yeah, so Bronx chair itself is open to so many variations. This is how it is originally drawn. You can draw Bronx spears, which I have also drawn in 1 or 2 sessions. You can draw Bronx cheer flower, which we'll be drawing again today. So I'm just adding some Bronx cheers, nice black pearls or black grapes kind of look. So draw an orb, ink it in, but don't ink it completely, and don't ink it too systematically. Try to leave bands of white here and there so that they look separate from each other. Yeah, you can do that exercise with your jelly roll also, or you can do it at the time of inking itself, right? So just going to add a few more, right? So once we have done that, added a few Bronx cheers at the corners. Now let us draw the Bronx cheer flower in the center, just like we draw an ordinary flower, but we'll build around, add some weights here and there like this. So keep rotating your tile and keep adding these sections with little ink, weight in between, and go on. As you proceed to the latter layers, you can start reducing the size gradually. Yeah, so a little more hidden, that's all. Right, so simple flower looks extremely nice when shaded in a particular fashion, high and low. Looks really beautiful. So just continuing the same process, no new stroke. Just going with the same shape. So you can give a curve, you can keep it like that, more rectangulish, right? So just finishing now. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So that is our heart. Now moving on to the rest, right? So let us finish it, finish the small little inkings also. So pick up your brown pen and the small little spaces in between, just fill it up, right? You can insert an orb here and there if you wish to. But using a different color would be a good idea, because otherwise, since other tangles used here, the Bronx cheer also has bold inking, so it would be nice to use a different colored ink so that your border shows discreet and doesn't get mixed up with your Bronx cheers. Yeah, so small little spaces, just take that time. As I keep saying, intersectices, spaces between tangles, small spaces while drawing your tangles. When inked, add a lot to the look of the tangle. And the tangle is not complete unless you ink them, yeah? So it doesn't look complete. So you have to make that effort, be patient, find those tiny spaces, ink them, and you will see the result yourself. Yeah, right? So we are done with that. Now let us proceed to the fish. So about the fish, let us first ink it. Yeah. So I'm just going to pick a simple fragment here and fill up the fish, both the fishes, with that fragment. Yeah, so I have inked the fish. I'm going to add a flower here, some petal shapes like this. You can add some fescues if you wish. Yeah, and then start with the fragment which has this seed shape in the center, and then some orbs. Fill in the small spaces in between the orbs. And then simply add auras, close auras on both the sides. That's it. Right? So that's the fragment we will be working on. Right? So here you can again add 3 or 4 auras. Add some hidden curves and ink small little places left in between, as it will add to the look of your fragment. Yeah, so that is the fragment I am going to go with. Again, we'll add one more. So this one is kind of hidden. Yeah, and then 1, 2, as many auras as you feel like. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I am sticking to 4. Right? And this section probably you can just add auras, or we'll see if we want to ink it. One aura, 2 auras, curves inside, and an orb, and ink. Yeah, so let us move on to the third. Right, and then again auras. So no hard and fast rule how many. Just go with the flow. Nothing wrong. All is good. Again one more. Yeah, I think you got the hang of it. So I'm just going to continue in the same way. Yeah. Moving to the next one. The fishes are pretty big, so they provide you ample opportunity to tangle inside. So take your time, choose a tangle of your choice, and you can tangle around a whole lot of things inside it. Yeah. So I finished tangling on one of the fishes, right? So the second one, it is up to you how do you want to do. You can either choose to do the same thing, right? Which I think would be a good idea. It will look nice if both the sides look the same. But I want to show you different ways, yeah. So I will choose a pattern called Shine, which we have already done, and arrange it inside the fish, just to show you that you can use that pattern in this way also, right? So it is again a pattern similar to tag, but then it is drawn a little differently, right? So I'm just outlining the fish first. So as far as this space is concerned, we can go with the same thing. Add 2 auras and then add curves inside, and then add an orb, and then just fill up the rest of the space. And same here. So one aura and second aura and the curves and the orb inside and the inking, right? So the tangled shine has this kind of shape, right? So I'm just going to build on this tangle here, right? So it is up to you. You want to add something here, you can add an orb, wherever you feel like, right? Again, building on it. So this shape comes from the tangled shine, and we have already learnt it, and it's a good idea to use it here also. Yeah. Again, some hidden ones here. So just continue in the same fashion. So you can see the leaf kind of shape that is formed in between. So I'm drawing the shine in this fashion, right? So that wavy kind of thing. Maybe you can draw it in a different way also, seeing the effect, final effect of how it is looking like. Maybe there would be an easier way to draw. Yeah. Yeah, so I will leave it there and move on to shading first. Yeah, and we'll see if we want to add something else here and there. So let us pick up our graphite pencil and add some shade here. So I am adding graphite on the edges of my flower, Bronx chair flower, which is a Bronx chair tangulation. Yeah, and I will add some on the edges, not much, little. Yeah, so let us blend this first and see. If you need to do anything else to the heart. So make sure that the center is white. That's what will make it pop up, right? You don't want the center to go gray. Then blend the edges. Don't blend too much. You want the whites in the muka also to show. Right? And then coming to our wings. And then a little touch on the orbs. And on both sides of the fish. Yeah, so let us blend this much first. Again, the principle is same. You don't want the entire thing gray, so keep the center white for highlights. So don't blend too much. The whites should come to the end. That will add to the look of the fish. Yeah. So the ends can be dark, quite dark. Yes. So as far as the second fish, some here. Yeah, second fish again, you shade the overlaps. This will take a little time, but make that effort. And shade the overlaps. Start from here. Right, So maybe you need not add graphite also. First use what is already there on your tortillon and then touch few places here and there. Yeah. Go slow. Yeah, right. So you can see how the overlaps get highlighted due to that touch of shade. So slowly touch every shine, visit each, add graphite to the overlaps. Yeah. So done with that blending, and now touching on the fins. Right. So you can re-emphasize certain lines, as I keep saying, since this is now shaded, I can touch upon it once again so that it doesn't get lost. Right. So redoing some lines is always a good idea after you complete your shading and everything, probably even after highlighting. So I have not highlighted here, so let us move to highlighting now. So pick up your graphite pencil and highlight the center. Use a different blending stuff to just soften the chalk. Yes, and then highlight. Probably you can add like this. Highlight the center. And then we can soften it a little later. Yeah, so you can see when the dark recedes and the center pops up. This is the effect of shading. Right, so soften the chalk. Just blend it with the graphite so that it is not patchy. Yeah, and the same thing on the other side. Probably there is no need much, it's not needed here. You can, if you want, highlight the whites and some of the scales, but I don't think it's required here. Your whites are already pretty visible, right? So now the rest of the tile, it is up to us whether we want to leave it here or we can add a little color. Yeah, so I'm just going to add an aura. Like this, and come down again, aura. Right, so this is it. Now if you want to add some color, or you can add some patterns, whatever you feel like, right? So I'm going to pick up one color So this is dark red, something like rust. Yeah, red. It says red only. This is a brush pen, and red because there are browns inside, a touch of browns. So it looks somewhat similar. So that's why I'm picking up my this color brush pen. That's the only logic. And if I want to tangle on it with gray or white, then it will show, right? So that's one more logic. Even if you turn it black, it will look nice. So try it out, right? So this is just one idea. If you want to stick to black and white, you can comfortably ink this page black, and it will definitely add to the look of your tile. Right? So just adding a little color. So I'm done with the inking, right? Coloring. So I'm using my gold pen here. This is a Uniball gold. You can use your Sakura gold, whatever is readily available with you, and just going to add some lines. That's it, nothing else. Right? So it takes a little time to pick up, and the paint also takes a little time to dry up. So small little things that you can do to your tile need not be complicated, but they add to the tile. Right? So I'm doing nothing, just adding lines. But red and gold look nice. So you can also use black background and white jelly roll. Perfectly fine. Right? So you can do away with this step and go ahead with your black and white. I am a black and white fan personally. As I keep saying, I am very bad with colors. So you can do a better job. But at times I do feel like adding a touch here and there. So this is the touch. Right? So I am almost finishing here. Right? So now since I have gold in my hands, so I would like to give some touches to my bronze chairs here and there. Not all, to some. Probably those which have gone grey, we can touch it with gold. Yeah. Here and there, a few. Yeah, that's it. And we are done. So let us close our tile here, or else I'll keep going and going. So this is by Sanyukta Saxena, right? Give the jelly roll 2 minutes to dry up, and then write your name and sign it. Today is 27th. Right? So that's our second session of the fish special, fish theme special, and I'll see you again with the third one, where I think we will be using this string, right? So you might want to prepare your tile. Till then, have a good time, stay safe, bye bye.